Hey my amazing artists, welcome back to another awesome art activity. Today's activity we're going to be drawing our favorite animated movie character. So first let's say our learning target. I can draw from observation. Remember again, observation is using our eyes to look at what we're drawing. So before we can begin, I want you to think about any animated movie that is a movie that doesn't have real people, instead uses pictures or paintings to show characters, such as, for example, Frozen. And I want you to think about your favorite animated movie character. So take a moment right now, think hard. Now, we're going to use that favorite movie character to make our own artwork today. Let's find out what art supplies we're going to need. All right, artists, for our drawing today, we're going to need a nice white sheet of paper, a pencil, eraser, and a Sharpie and colors if you want to color your character in eventually. But there's one more thing missing. If I'm going to be drawing from observation, I need a picture of my favorite animated movie character to look at as well. Now, if you have a coloring page or a poster, a picture, or anything of your character that you can set next to you, that's one option. Or you can also pull up a picture of your favorite movie character on your computer or whatever electronic device you might be using. Here's my favorite character. This is WALL-E from the movie WALL-E. He's a friendly little robot that helps to clean up Earth and ends up discovering a plant. So I'm going to use him as my example today while I'm drawing my character. Please go grab your art supplies. Make sure you have everything you need, including a picture of your animated character that you're going to be drawing today. All right, I brought you friends down a little bit closer so you can see my image. I know it's a little hard because my computer screen doesn't bend back any farther, but that's what WALL-E looks like. Now, as always, when we're drawing from observation, there's three things that I want to look for. I want to look for different lines, different shapes, and even sometimes letters. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start out with WALL-E's eyes. They're not really a shape that I know, but they kind of curve around and then come back up to a sharp point, almost kind of like a raindrop. Then I'll go ahead and add in the actual part of his eye where he looks out, which is a circle. I'll go to the other side and draw that same kind of shape. He's got this kind of questioning look going on right now. And then draw that circle. Obviously his two eyes connect in the middle. And then he has sort of what I would call his nose or maybe a chin there. And comes down, some nice straight lines. I'm drawing nice and hard right now to make it easier for you friends to see, but as always, when you start your drawing, try to draw lightly in case you want to erase later to fix some things. There's some cords that connect up to his eyes. I could even add extra details like the middle in parts of his eyes. And there's even some little nuts and bolts, trying to get those little extra details in. All right, and I'm going to start moving down what I would consider his neck. But again, he's a type of robot, so it's hard to say exactly what part of him it would be. Again, I want to look at how the lines and the shapes move. All right, and then it kind of connects finally down to his body. His body happens to be a nice big kind of square. So maybe I'll start drawing that big kind of square in, and I can erase over it later when I want to put his arms over top. All right, on the front, he has this kind of panel that shows where his battery is. And right on top of that right now, he has his two arms. They're kind of folded together because he's being shy. His fingers actually happen to be kind of nice rectangular shaped objects. And then it connects over at the wrist. Well, what would be his wrist. And then he has these kind of longer arms that come out. And then I have the start of his arms, so I'll go in and erase out some of that box behind him. That would have been his body had his arms not been in front. Just so I can get rid of a few of those lines that I don't really need. Now, as always, when you're drawing as an artist, do you have to make everything exactly the same? I hope that my artist answered no. You don't have to make it exactly the same. In this case, we're doing some observational drawing, so it should look similar to the picture that I'm making, but I can also make changes as I'm going through and drawing in my favorite character, because as an artist, I have that ability and artistic freedom to make my character look how I might want and change anything that I might want. For example, maybe later when I go in and I color Wally, instead of making him kind of rusty and yellow looking, maybe I could color him completely rainbow. Or maybe instead of having his name at the bottom, I could move his name to the middle here and have it say Wally in the middle. Just like that. So I'll keep going in. I'll add a few more details to tell more about Wally and what he looks like. And then, before I'm completely done, I'm going to go through with my Sharpie and just Sharpie everything up to make it really easy to see, my friends. So I'm going to speed this next part up a little bit. Here is my finished drawing of my favorite animated movie character, Wally. And here's his original photo that I was drawing from. Now again, remember, when using observational drawing, break things down into lines, shapes, or letters, and try to make your picture look similar enough that you could recognize where it was from. But also make sure to add some artistic choices and artistic differences where you would like. Have fun, and I can't wait to see who your favorite animated movie character is as well.